First of all, I'd like to do a quote from Bobby Seale, came out in '68 when I read his book again, and it was so profound. And he said that the solution to pollution is a humane revolution. And I take that term and say that means a green revolution that our brother Van Jones, who has been, eliminated from green jobs creation piece, which is I'm a part of the green jobs creation down here on the ground. And there's a term they use, bottom up. And knowing that this is the first time in a long time in the presidency at the top, that we have folks at the top in power, the ruling class, that, well, whatever, how you want to call it, is trying to work with us. But we know that we're telling our people, we're not going to sit back and wait for the top, people at the top, to make these changes. We've got to make it down the ground. And so Aaron Tanaka asked me to say tonight to come and speak, so I've been dwelling on it for the last couple of days. I just was in Pittsburgh not too long ago on the cooperative piece of this movement versus the corporate movement that is causing all this suffering throughout the world. There's a film out now called Crude. If you haven't seen it yet, it's about oil, Exxon, and what it's doing to those little people because of corporate greed and because of oil again. And the piece, like I said, since you all said it's the June 20 piece, all those banks and those people in power, and that I say they really need to listen to the people at the bottom. I hope that I could share some ideas with those folks, and the same piece with the progressive leadership here, as I'm a founder, a student of Mr. Councilman Chuck Turner, who started our organization, Boston Alliance, and then we incubated jobs out of it. What I'm saying by that piece is that this nonprofit model, it needs where everybody has this pool. There's only a certain amount of a pool where you got these grants and these foundations, but that's not sustainable, because you see a lot of the nonprofits and those groups folding up and being eliminated because funds are running out because of our economic terms. So what I did, and when we were in Pittsburgh, and the fellow his name is Omar, they do the same thing. It's called the Green Economic Cooperative that Omar and them doing up in New York. The piece that Aaron wanted me to share with you all is because of the fact that the people that should be leading this movement, like I said, getting out there and doing this fight, are the people who've been the victims and have been carrying the burden of, the pollution economy, this dirty economy, and they should be out there trying to show the leadership. We want a clean economy. There's a piece I call the dark and shady green, because a lot of times the darker people of color like myself, don't really understand this green piece. I just read about it recently, coming back from out of Memphis. It was so profound, because we know that Martin also, before he died, he was saying about economic development in those communities. And so that's why I'm out in those communities of Roxbury collecting grease, oil. There's a piece in the paper with me where they did a photo op. They didn't mention Roxbury Green Power, but that's me right there in the back of the barrels getting this beautiful oil. I just sold a bunch of oil yesterday, and I'm selling a lot of it as we're going on. But it's a beautiful color oil. Brother Steve, they go around the country, and I said, Steve, how fast is Steve? So I'm just giving you 150 gallons of this vegetable oil. I said, how fast can you go on? He said, 2,000 miles non-stop. I said, that's profound. So that means when I retire, I give me one of those winter babies, I don't have to buy this diesel that's going like $3, and I can travel around the country and keep some money in my pocket. The same piece that was saying to the leadership, let's not forget politics. Politics, I read from Raymond, politics at its highest term, the meaning means the upliftment of the poor and the care for the downtrodden. You politicians, what's going on? You got your hands out? What's going on with the poor people? You don't forgot that piece? So that's how I'll judge. That'd be my mantra. That's how I'll judge in this election year, the politics who are giving back. And we know Mr. Calvin Turner has always been for the downtrodden, the little people. That's why we came to effect. So what I do now is we go out and collect oil. We're doing a cooperative model. Fire the bosses. There's no bosses. We're worker owners. And I went to New York, so right now it's one of our end users. We collected here in Boston, in the streets of Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapiat, and we have it filtered clean in Charlestown. We're all brothers, no matter what nationality are, because we are in this to like I said, to clean up the environment, create economy, and the economy the same. Well, the same one solution that Van talked about. And so I just out there making it real, and we come back and we're trying to invest the money and make it large. It's phenomenal on the internet that it said they want 13 million gallons of this stuff here about a month. You know, that's $13 million, and but you could just grow that. So what we want to do is make this model. I think Aaron has said that throughout the United States. And what the piece I'm going to get at before I close it is the innovation that those brothers and those high ups in New York, Pittsburgh, wherever they are at, to have the gut. Because what we could do also is just the heating. It's heating and lighting, lights for the lights. So you have these coal generators that could run off biodiesel. So we have to go to these walls and keep fighting. So we haven't run our own backyard because they said we have peak oil and we're going to run out, and then so we have, and so we're going to, we can't wait, I said, to use these innovations and these great ideas. So there's a lot of stuff that we're trying to work on here in Roxbury and Dorchester, and do some real stuff and use it as a model and to show people that this can work. So we just need and we have the best minds and the best whatever we have here to use that intelligence that God gave you and turn this thing around so we can stop doing this foolishness, going to war and fighting over oil, because we have it here. And I always say, in closing, I say, because I always have these little, it's a word I use, I can't get it right now. But I say, well, isn't that, there's no solar collectors when we get this oil, that we get this oil that we use it to power these, once you modify, because also, you can take and modify your tanks in your home if you get oil, and you can run off these also too. Or you can take it out, like I said, and get these and take all those old furnaces out and put whatever they're doing on incentives to buy it back, because there should be no cost that they do. They spend all this money, like you said, for these wars, billions of dollars, but they want to be holding back about training people for the weatherization piece. And that's not good. You can't keep talking about green jobs. You're not giving people trade. Like I said, I'm ex-military also. It took them 8 weeks to train us to go fight. And the same thing that's that whole this what they did when they had they put all the women in peace. So there's a lot of parts of this green piece that men and women can come and build wind turbines and solar innovation and solar panels, and that's the piece I was saying about if it comes from the sun, whoever the power behind the sun that's in those plants where we get our oil in from, then that means that those are natural solar collectors. And so that's also solar power too, the biodiesel in the green piece. So and thank you for letting me share what we're really doing in Roxbury every day. We're bringing the kids in, getting them off the streets, and letting them and putting them to work and showing them this is what it's really about, and not all that foolishness that's going on out there. So that's what I do with the kids, and the sharing piece, the cooperative piece, not that corporate piece where it's just all about greed. People first, profits last.